So when my phone rang at 6 p.m. on a Tuesday and his name was on the screen, I picked up before the second ring. He said 4 words. Lily, come home, now. Not angry, not panicked.
Just broken, in a way I had never heard from him before.
I grabbed my keys and drove. I had no idea I was about to lose 2 people in the same night. My name is Lily, 31 years old, married to Daniel for 4 years, and completely convinced until that Tuesday evening that I was living the life I had always wanted. Daniel was the kind of man everyone liked immediately. Warm smile, easy charm.
He made coffee before I got out of bed, remembered every birthday without being reminded.
Made every person in the room feel like the most important one there, my mother especially.
I noticed that. I noticed it, and I buried it every single time.
Because the truth underneath that feeling was too ugly to let anywhere near my mind. She called him directly instead of going through me. He got quieter around her, more careful. There was a specific kind of attention between them that I felt in my chest.
And immediately labeled as paranoia. I told myself I was being insecure. I was wrong about that.
Their house was 15 minutes from mine. I barely remember the drive. When I walked through the front door, the house was completely silent in the way that houses only get when something has broken inside them. My father was sitting at the kitchen table. He looked 20 years older than. He picked up my mother's phone from the table, unlocked it, opened a message thread, and slid it across to me without looking at my face. I saw Daniel's name at the top. I just stared at it for a moment. Then I started reading.
Dad, what happened? He didn't answer with words. I just stared at it for a moment.
Then I started reading. My mother, I miss you already. Daniel, I heard your voice in my head all day.
Then another one from him. She thinks I'm working late Thursday. Same place?
I stopped breathing completely. I kept scrolling. Hotel bookings, coordinated lies, inside jokes about deceiving me. A message thread that stretched back further than I could process standing there at that table.
Then I found the one that broke me. My mother had written, "She still trusts us." I almost feel bad. Almost. That word. I scrolled further back, all the way to the month before my wedding. My mother. I can't stop thinking about that night after the venue meeting.
Daniel, neither can I. This has to stay between us.
I put the phone down on the table. I sat down because my legs stopped working properly.
My mother had been sleeping with my husband before I even walked down the aisle.
She had sat beside me at dress fittings, helped me choose flowers, cried happy tears at the rehearsal dinner, and carried this secret through every single moment of it.
How long? I asked.
My father's voice was barely there. 3 years, Daniel and I had been married for 4. I looked at my father's face and I understood without asking that he had found out exactly the same way I just had. A phone left face up on a counter by a woman who had gotten too comfortable with her own lies.
Does she know you found it? No. Does Daniel? No.
I picked up the phone and sent every screenshot to myself. Dates, times, hotel names, everything. Then I texted Daniel, "Dad isn't feeling well. Can you come over?" He replied in under a minute. On my way. Of course he did. I heard my mother on the stairs 4 minutes later. Casual footsteps, completely unaware. "Lily, what's wrong? What are you doing here?" My father stood up from his chair. "She knows." My mother's eyes went straight to her phone on the table, then slowly back to me.
She started shaking her head. No! No, this isn't what you think!
"Stop. Don't lie before I have even asked one question." Her face crumpled. She started crying immediately. Loud, desperate tears that I recognized as panic, not remorse. I turned away from her. The front door opened. Daniel walked in, fast, the way he always did when he thought someone needed him. He stepped into the kitchen doorway and saw all 3 of us and stopped completely. I watched his face, and the first person he looked at was not me. He looked at her, my mother, for just 1 second before he caught himself and turned to me. "That's interesting," I said. "Lily," he started. "Don't say my name like that." My father pushed the phone across the table without a word. Daniel looked down at the screen. He closed his eyes slowly. He said nothing.
He did not deny it. That silence hurt more than any confession could have. Some part of me still hoped there was an explanation. They were capable of this.
My mother reached for my arm. "Lily, please. I'm still your mother." I stepped back. "No, you're just the woman who raised me." Daniel started talking then. Mistakes, confusion, not knowing how to stop something that had already gone too far.
You had 3 years to end it, I said. He stopped. I looked at my mother. You helped me pick my dress. Then at Daniel, and you stood at the altar and made me a promise.
Neither of them had anything left. I picked up my bag. Daniel followed me out to the driveway in his socks. Crying now. "Did you ever actually love me?" I said. "Or did you just love being close enough to hurt me?" He looked like I had knocked the air out of him. "Lily, please." That was all he had. I got in my car and drove home. That night, I packed everything of his into bags and left them at the front door.
I sat on the floor until sunup. How did they decide I was worth so little?
Daniel called for weeks, every version of sorry he could find.
My mother left voicemails sobbing, saying she made a mistake, saying she was still my mother. She should have thought about losing me before any of this started.
My father filed for divorce 6 weeks later. 40 years with the same woman ended because of a phone. The divorce from Daniel was finalized 4 months after that. I don't speak to either of them.
My father and I have dinner every Sunday. We don't talk about it anymore. It has been 11 months, and here is the one thing I want you to understand.
I felt it for years. Every strange glance, every call she made directly to him, every moment his energy changed when she walked into a room.
The truth was too terrible to believe. The feeling was never wrong. I was just too trusting to listen. Some people carry secrets that destroy you. The only protection you have is trusting yourself when something feels wrong, even when every part of you is hoping it isn't. So I need to ask you something before you go. Have you ever ignored a feeling because the truth felt impossible? Tell me in the comments, because I think more people have been exactly where I was than anyone ever admits out loud. Drop a comment. Have you ever known something before you were ready to know it?